Dominican are you from?
San Pedro.
San Pedro. So when did you first start playing baseball?
I was probably 13, 14 years old. I started up late because back then, it was not a lot of field like they are now, but baseball's always been in, like any other Dominican kid, in my heart.
Describe the sort of field and the equipment that you had
Oof.
when you first started playing.
Well, back then we used to make our own glove. We used carton milk, and you fold it, you open a hole to put you in the finger in there, and then just play catch with that. Then later on, my father brought me a glove, and I think I still had that glove. But back then you had to create your own baseballs, and you had to create your own gloves with any material you can find.
And how did you even learn the sport? I can't imagine there are like little leagues down there, or how did you even really learn the rules of the game and how to play your position?
Well, the rules of the games, you don't. I'm still learning it, but baseball is what we do in the Dominican Republic. I think that's the only sports. We had football players, we have basketball players in there, but baseball is our main thing. So in every corner, in every street, is a 4 or 5 kids playing baseball. So that's like here in America. Everybody or every kid plays football or basketball, and over there the only team we do is baseball.
And the atmosphere at the games down in DR, is it even comparable to anywhere around here?
No, it's crazy. Even in winnable games, I mean, the fans are so into it, and the fans know so much about the game, and some of them play, some of them don't. But since baseball is the culture, if you can say the culture of the Dominican Republic, even the fans knows the game, so they into the game. And if you make a mistake, if you make the error, you got like 100 managers in this game, so it's pretty awesome. It's awesome.
Why do you think baseball is the sport of the Dominican?
I would say, the people that play the game, before, the Pedro Guerrero, the Joaquin Andújar, Juan Marichal, and all those guys, Osvaldo Virgil, those guys plant the seed for us, and obviously you see how well they did, and then you like, okay, I want to be like one of them one day. So I think the main reason is because the people that play the baseball in the past.
When did you first start getting noticed by scouts and kind of started the process of becoming a professional baseball player?
Right around 16 years old, I went to the Houston Academy in Dominican at age 17. Signed a year later, signed at 18 with the Cubs.
And what is the Dominican Academy like for all the major league teams down there, for people that don't know? Because I know the Padres have one, you went to the Houston.
Well, I think right now every organization has an academy there. They gorgeous, they beautiful. Our Padres complex there is one of the top 5. Like I say, every team has one, and it's those beautiful places where the kids, they live there under it's as close to the state as possible. They got English class, they got the cages, the stuff they do on the field. It's the same program that they run here in the state, which when those guys come here, they're more familiar with the system.
Do you remember the first day you found out that you're going to be called up and that you're going to be coming to the United States?
Oh, no. I mean, my first year that I played Somali, it was like 3 hours away from my hometown, and then I didn't know what I was going. I said, this is not part of the Dominican. This is too far. Where are you guys taking me? But like I said before, baseball is huge in the Dominican, and everywhere is a field. So I went down to the south of the island to play summer league. And my first year, when I was excited, and it also was hard because I was leaving my family. I didn't know any better. I didn't know English at that time, so it was kind of my first year in the state. That was kind of hard.
Can you relate to what some of these kids are going through when they leave their family for the first time and they come to the United States to play? But can you just describe kind of what the emotions that they're going through when they?
It's very emotional. It's hard. Like I say, it was hard for me. I'm sure it's hard for them, even though the system is better. It's more Latin players. There's more Puerto Ricans. There's more Cuban, Mexicans. So you have more to talk about. You have people to talk to. back then when I came to the States, there was only a few of us. So, it was hard because the language, the culture here in the United States, some of the rules that we didn't understand it back then. It's like, okay, what I'm doing, how we go, where we're going. So these kids now, they are better because, like I say, now in the complex back in the Dominican, they take English class. So when they come here, they know a little bit more. But some of these guys still not know English, and it's good that now we have Spanish coaches. That we can translate to them. Back when I was in the state for the first time, there was only one. So now we got coaches in every level that can speak Spanish. So it's easy for them, but it's still hard when they first time come here.
And then the added pressure of just trying to jumpstart your professional playing career in addition to learning a new language, moving to a new country, leaving your family. Is there anything that can really compare? Like, what would you want the fans at home to know about that experience of just having all of those pressures on you and the pressure to succeed and do well for your family?
It's very hard, and not only that, some of these guys deal with had to send money back home, because they come from a poor family, and the emotional part is having who can relate to. And we always plan what's going to happen. This is what you're getting yourself into, and they've been better. It's hard sometimes because they like, okay, I need to buy a phone card to call home. I need to know how my family is doing, and probably somebody's sick back there, and they don't know, they can't call, or they can't spend the time that they wanted to spend, because sometimes they just won. And the whole family is only one kid. Oh, my baby, or his baby. So it's hard, but they still in the process of learning. They like it. What we have here in the clubhouse is the old American guys help them. The American guys help them, understanding them, and even try to teach them English one-on-one sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that. How have you seen this team really come together with the American-born players and with the Dominican-born players? Because even Mike Nutter was saying it's grown so much over time, how they're able to bond and relate to one another.
They have a good chemistry, and what we try to do here, we try to mix everybody. I don't want one side to be Spanish and one side to be American. I want everybody as one. And the group of the American guys that we have here, they listen to Spanish music. So the Spanish-speaking players feel like, okay, this is fun. And then vice versa, the Latin guys try to listen to American music and try to eat or go in places where the American goes. And the American just grab him by the hand and say, yeah, come on, let's go. Let's do this. So that right there, we didn't have it in the past. Now it's good. And I think we find a way to have that chemistry here in the clubhouse that makes it so much easier for them.
Would you say your experiences in not having that has made you as a manager want to stress the importance of that sort of team bonding between the two sides?
Definitely, and that's what I wanted to do, even with my son. I put my son in a situation where he learns English before he comes to the States, and just make them learn. Spend some time, reading, and spend some time try to get better. Not only, catching a ground ball and throwing it first, but try to get better than in English, and they're doing a good job.
In addition to your role as manager, what other role do you take on, especially with your Latin American players?
Just being an example, I'm holding accountable, and I want them to feel like they can hold me accountable to everything that's going on and anything I can help them with. So just holding each other accountable and care about every one of them. I think it's a good quote that I always use. Sometimes these kids don't care how much you know. They care how much you care about them.
Would you say you really, truly care about this clubhouse and every?
That I'm old enough to those kids to be my own kids, so I'm like a big brother or a big dad.
For you, going through the experience as a player and now in your role as manager, what is it like to see these kids flourish? Because I remember a few weeks ago when Raul Reyes hit that walk-off, and I interviewed him after the game. He's like, I just can't wait to go home and call my mom.
Yeah.
And tell her what I did. For you as a manager, what is it like seeing those moments?
Oh, it's huge because it's like a flashback. because it happens to me too. It happened to me. I was so excited, so happy to share, what my father put me through. I know he wanted me to be a baseball player. So every success, every little success that I have, I want to share with the people that love me, that I love.
What would you like fans to know about maybe what is the most difficult part for the Baltimore players?
Wow, the most difficult part, I would say, the culture. Try to learn the culture, try to learn the history of the game. The people that played the game in the past, and respecting the game. Period. I think that's the most difficult thing for them, I would say.
What can fans maybe do out in the community or when they're talking with players in the game to kind of help make the process of moving to the United States a little bit easier for some of these players?
Don't hesitate to approach them. I mean, this is good kids. Even though sometimes they look mad or they look angry, but they're good kids that approaching. Soon as when you get to know them, you realize that even though that we don't speak the same language, but we all one.
All right, so we were here before a game, we'd hear reggaeton and all that stuff. Do they teach them the dances?
Oh, yeah, they teach them all that. The Americans try to learn the bachata, the reggaeton, and all that stuff. But it's crazy. I wish. Oh no, I might not wish that. But if you can see that one day, that's hilarious.
All right. Is there anything else about maybe the experience from your point of view as a player, or even as a manager, that we haven't touched upon that you would like to?
It gets me going. It gets me going to come to work every day and make somebody better. Not only making a better baseball player, but making a better citizen, a better person.
Awesome.
Thank you.